What happens when a wrecking ball hits a wall that doesn't move? On July 19, 2025, PFL lands in Africa for the first time. Cape Town, ancient soil, new legacy, and at the center of the chaos, two women, no belt, no fluff, just violence pending approval. Dakota Ditcheva, the human buzzsaw with Muay Thai bloodlines and an elbow that should be registered as a bladed weapon, versus Sumiko Inaba, the quiet storm from Hilo, Hawaii, with eyes that don't blink and a chin that doesn't budge. This isn't a showcase, it's a litmus test, and someone's aura is getting rearranged. Let's get one thing clear. Dakota isn't a hype job, she's a hype hazard. Raised in Manchester, trained in Muay Thai by her mother, a world champion by the way, Dakota didn't walk into MMA, she arrived kicking. Since turning pro in 2021, she hasn't so much risen as erupted. In 2023, she ran through the PFL Europe tournament like it owed her money. Body shots that folded opponents like bad poker hands, elbows from mount that echoed louder than the crowd. Then came 2024. Global eyes, global pressure. No problem. She stopped Chelsea Hackett with a liver shot that made half the arena exhale in sympathy. Then she sparred her way through Gina Bishop. Only it wasn't sparring, it was sanctioned survival. And then, Taila Santos, former title contender, took Valentina Shevchenko to the edge. Dakota didn't take her to the edge, she sent her off it. No one had finished Taila. Dakota did it in style, like she was filing paperwork. If Dakota Ditcheva is the wrecking ball, Sumiko Inaba is the granite wall people forget to account for, until they walk straight into it. She doesn't do trash talk. She doesn't tweet cryptic call-outs. You won't catch her going viral for shadowboxing in an LED-lit hallway. Sumiko's brand of intimidation is quieter, and somehow scarier because of it. Hailing from Hilo, Hawaii, a place known for building warriors like BJ Penn, Inaba fights like someone who's lived through worse than whatever's across the cage. Her face doesn't change. Her rhythm doesn't break. She absorbs pressure like a sponge, then flips it when you least expect it. Since turning pro in 2020, she's racked up 8 wins and only 1 loss. But even that lone defeat didn't derail her. It recalibrated her. She didn't spiral, she adapted, came back sharper, more surgical. The kind of opponent who doesn't just survive your best shots, she downloads them, stores them, and hits return to sender in round 2. Her TKO of Bruna Ellen wasn't flashy. It wasn't wild. It was efficient. 2 elbows, clean as accounting. End of story. If Dakota is violence at full volume, Sumiko is what happens when you realize the silence was the threat all along. This isn't your classic striker versus grappler matchup. This is tempo versus timing, forward pressure versus surgical restraint. It's chess, but one player brought a hammer instead of a bishop. Dakota Ditcheva is a pacing nightmare. She cuts angles like a buzzsaw, hunts with the calm of someone who knows the kill is inevitable. She doesn't jab to measure, she jabs to break. Her style is blitz-heavy, momentum-driven, and brutally effective against opponents who backpedal or freeze. Sumiko Inaba, she's the anti-blitz. She slows the game, mucks up the rhythm. She makes you second-guess everything, including that flurry you were just sure was about to land. Her ability to clinch, press against the cage, and force uncomfortable pauses? That's how she wins, by removing all the moments you feel in control. Dakota thrives when she's dictating. But if Inaba can shift the pace, force Dakota into reactive mode, the whole dynamic shifts. It's not about how hard Dakota hits. It's about how she reacts when her usual weapons miss. This is the fight where footwork, cage IQ, and timing matter more than highlight reel power. Because brute force is useless if you can't find the target. And the way Inaba moves, she's never where you expect her to be when you need her to stand still. Sumiko Inaba doesn't come out swinging. She comes out calculating. She fights like someone who's read the manual on chaos and decided to write her own annotations in the margins. Her striking isn't flashy, it's accurate. And when she clinches, it's not to stall, it's to suffocate, quietly. She's one of those fighters that grows more dangerous the longer you ignore her. You think you've got her figured out? Think again. Just ask Bruna Ellen, a seasoned veteran who looked like she was trying to escape an elevator fight after 2 elbows to the dome. Sumiko's greatest weapon isn't her jab or her takedown defense. It's her ability to stay composed when the fight turns ugly. Most fighters lose their game plan when blood starts flowing. Sumiko starts executing hers. She's not the loudest in the room. She's the one who turns the lights off. This fight matters more than the poster tells you. For Dakota Ditcheva, it's about dominance with receipts. Another quick finish, and she becomes more than a PFL product. She becomes a global disruptor. You'll start seeing her name whispered in conversations about UFC matchups. Fans will ask how she'd do against Valentina, Erin Blanchfield, Alexa Grasso. Spoiler, she wants them to ask. She's not just fighting for a win. She's fighting to make flyweight look like a haunted house she owns the deed to. For Inaba, this is the heist. This is Ocean's 11 with shin guards. The chance to steal the momentum, the spotlight, and every narrative that's been written without her in mind. No one's betting their house on her. But the smart ones? They're checking the insurance. This is her chance to take everything, respect, rankings, recognition, and flip the script. Not with noise, but with violence. Fights like this don't usually go the distance, not because someone can't, but because someone won't. If Dakota lands early and keeps the pressure up, she could make this a 3-minute problem. Walk in, land clean, walk out with another highlight reel, and 0 cardio questions asked. But if Sumiko eats those early shots and answers with grit, if she clinches, if she slows the rhythm like a DJ hitting pause mid-rave, then things get murky, fast. Because Dakota has never had to fight with the scoreboard against her. She's never been elbowed on the ground while trying to figure out what went wrong. And if Inaba can drag her there, even briefly, we'll learn something the hype can't teach. This fight isn't about who's more skilled. It's about who adjusts when the blueprint falls apart. And trust me, every blueprint breaks under pressure. So now the stage is set. Cape Town. History in the making. 2 women, 2 styles, 2 careers headed toward collision at full speed. One is a storm that ends fights before they begin. The other is a fortress that doesn't move, doesn't bend, and damn sure doesn't break. Does Dakota steamroll her way to stardom, adding another name to the list of those who didn't survive the first round? Or does Inaba flip the pressure, drag this into deep water, and expose the one thing Dakota's career hasn't faced? Resistance that bites back. Let us know in the comments. Who are you rolling with? Smash that like button if you're ready for war. Tap the bell, because PFL Africa 1 is about to leave a crater on the fight world. And remember, once that cage door shuts, there's no rewrites, just reckoning. I'm Jax Teller for Behind the Lines. Make sure you like and subscribe for more combat sport news. See you next time. 745